कृष्णपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे तमद्भुतं बालकमम्बुजेक्षणं चतुर्भुजं शङ्खगदाद्युदायुधं श्रीवत्सलक्ष्मं गलशोभिकौस्तुभं पीताम्बरं सान्द्रपयोधशोभगं मूकं करोति वाचालं भङ्गं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुतीनतरणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं Prabhupada ki jai. So welcome back again. This is a third session to know about the glories of Kartik Mas, Damodar Leela. Radharani is also known as the Urjeshwari, Urja. This I forgot to mention you in the earlier sessions. Radharani is called as Urjeshwari. Yes, she is also known as like Maheshwari, Sureshwari, Vrindavaneshwari. Yes, Radha Kripa Kataksha Stotra. In the Radha Kripa Kataksha Stotra, there's wonderful names of Radharani. In that, she is called as a Urjeshwari. Urja means which can increase. And this month is called as a Urja Masa or Urja Rata. Just like Damodara Masa or Kartika Masa or Vrata we take doing, like we do Sankalpa. Similarly, Urjeshwari. So the Adipati or Adi Devata of this month is also Shrimati Radharani. That's why Krishna, even though he says Masanam Margashishwaham in Bhagavad Gita, among all the masas, Krishna he says, I am Margashisha, that is December, January. But what Krishna likes is, he likes this Kartika Masa, Urja Masa, because anything you do in this month spiritually, it will be multiplied manifold, many thousands and 10,000 times. It will increase. The benefits will be increased. So that is the greatness of this Masa, called as Urjarata they do in this Masa. So last time we had reached to the point where Krishna was when Yashoda, when she got to know that the milk was boiling, and in order to save that milk, we all heard that how that milk is such a wonderful milk. It is the best among all of this, even though they had 9 lakh cows. From 9 lakh cows, she had selected the best of 8 of them. And from the 7 among the 8, she used to feed them Padmagandha grass, a grass which was giving the fragrance of a lotus. That high quality grass she used to feed the 7 cows, and the milk which was coming from the 7 cows she used to feed the 8th one, and the 8th one of the best of all the cows in the whole of Vrindavan. And that best cow and that cow also used to give a lot of milk, because Krishna used to because it was meant for Krishna's use. So that milk she had kept for the boiling, and the milk was, we all heard such a wonderful pastime, isn't it? That how Yashoda was feeding Krishna with her love, and Krishna was enjoying mother's love, and Yashoda had unlimited milk. Krishna was also unlimited to drink that milk, and this milk which was getting boiled, it felt so sad about itself that I'll not be having any opportunity to serve Krishna when Krishna is full by drinking mother's milk. So let me give up my life. So he suicided himself by getting off from the pot. So let me give up my life into the fire. So as the milk was coming out, and Yashoda got to know the cracking sound, and immediately she ran towards that milk, kept the Krishna on the ground, and immediately she ran towards the milk. So please understand, this whole incident happened today. Diwali day. The whole incident of mother tying Yashoda to Krishna happened on the Diwali day. So last time we discussed how when she got up from the early in the morning on the Diwali day, she got up ready, and she had so many assistants, tens of hundreds of assistants around that who could do practically every job which she would command. But Yashoda used to do everything by herself for Krishna. Is more than making the food more tastier. What she was more interested in, infusing her love into the food, so that Krishna will appreciate. So that we heard before, and the whole day from morning to evening, she's now from the previous day, she has worked so hard to get the best of all the ingredients and clean the house and everything, get ready, made ready for the next day, Deepavali festival, things like that. So she did all these arrangements, and when she got to know that this milk is boiling, because here one thing is she wanted to make the best of the sweets from that milk. At the same time, Krishna loved this butter, so she also wanted to make the butter. So when she kept the Krishna on the floor and she went away to save the milk, and the Krishna is out of desperation is saying, I left the whole Kshira Sagara and came here, and you are looking for to save this 2 liters of milk. So Yashoda, that's what is Krishna is saying. What is this happening? So Yashoda, Krishna was so despondent, and he didn't know what to do, and he was literally angry, and so he was dissatisfied. So last time we discussed about that atrupta, that he became very atrupta, dissatisfied. But Krishna is also known as Aptakama, he is self-satisfied. I think in Vishnu Sahasrama, Aptakama is coming. So Krishna is called as Aptakama, is always self-satisfied. So Krishna doesn't need anything from anyone. He has to simply think about something and immediately his energies will arrange for him, isn't it? So, just like last time also we discussed about what is that? The Naranara Rishi, that how in Bhagavatam 11th canto, where, sorry, 12th canto, it comes 12th canto, where Naranara Rishi, Naranarayana himself, he just thought about few things, and immediately all the apsara, just by rubbing his palms, and all the apsaras, they all appeared there. So Krishna doesn't need any external help to satisfy himself, to satisfy his desires. So he has to simply think, and immediately his desires will be fulfilled. That is the Supreme Lord's the potency. So, but on this, when Yashoda left him high and dry, and he was so hungry, and right in middle of his in his food, breakfast. So she left half the way, and she left went to attend the milk, and so this was very much displeasing to Krishna. So we have to understand here that Krishna was so much displeased by this devotee's love. He never thought, for Lord, everything is complete by himself. He doesn't want to depend on anyone. So when Yashoda left him half the way, so he felt a sense of helplessness, a sense of dejection, things like that. And we have to understand here, and Krishna is saying that just to save this, the milk, you have gone this. Yeah, wherein I'm saying that Sarvadharmam Parityajya Mamekam Fraja, everyone has to surrender unto me. And you want to, even though that was a devotional service, you have to understand here, even though we have to do devotional service, but when the authority says something for you to do, that is more important to satisfy the authorities or your mentors or your guides, other than thinking, because so many things, so many devotional services are always available. To surrender to Krishna, so many ways are there. But here, what we have to prioritize is very much important. Priority is very, very important. So we have to prioritize the big thing is what Krishna wants, what our Acharya wants, what our mentor or a guide wants is what if we do, that is more pleasing to Krishna than if you want to serve Krishna in your own way. So, so here she mother is trying to prioritize the pot of milk over Krishna himself. So this made Krishna angry and he was biting his lips from his beautiful white teeth. So and the tears started coming out from his eyes. And he had uncontrollable anger. He could not bear that. Out of so helplessness, his limbs was shaking. What to do now? What to do now? So he was looking here and there, and somehow he wanted to vent out his anger. So what he saw one stone or lying there at the corner. The stone was calling, "Come, come here, please come here, take me." So, so it was a perfect weapon for Krishna. So he picked up the stone and aiming at the bottom of the pot, the churning pot where it was filled with full of curds, where Yashoda wanted to make the butter out of it, and at the bottom of the pot, Krishna hit hardly. He threw the stone, and as a result of that, what happened? The pot broke open, and as mother was very busy there, she was unable to hear all this noise. So when it got broke open, and all the curds and the water which was there inside the pot starting flowing off. Here, one thing we have to know that Krishna is called as a Trigunatita, means he is beyond the influence of the three modes of material nature. Because you may ask, because every living entity is like all of us are controlled by this three modes of material nature. We all know this: Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Correct? So this anger is a symptom of a ego. If someone hurts your ego, immediately anger comes. So tamoguna is a so the anger is a anger comes from the tamoguna. So, but here we have to understand Krishna is Trigunatita. He's beyond the three modes of material nature. He is not influenced by any of these modes of material nature. Raja, Sattva, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. So we know that in Bhagavatam it's such a wonderful, beautiful pastime which comes in where Bhrugumuni wanted to conduct a very big yaga, very big homa, very big sacrifice, so that he can evaluate everyone's greatness, and he wanted to give the havis, the conclusion, the purnavati to that great God. So as he went in his own journey, when Narada informed him, Bhrugumushi, please you yourself go and find who is greater in this world so that you can offer your havis or purnavati to that great God. So when Bhrugumuni was, he went, we all know this whole story. The Bhrugumuni went to Brahma, his own father, then Shiva, then finally when he goes to Lord Vishnu, and Vishnu not losing any of his temper or anger at any circumstances, despite Bhrugumuni physically hurting Lord Vishnu, because here Brahma, he mentally hurted Brahma, he got angry. And here Shiva, he orally he hurted Shiva by scolding him, and Shiva also got angry. And here Vishnu physically, Bhrigu Maharishi, and he physically hurted Lord Vishnu so violently. And but here what you could see, that without losing any temper, without losing his anger, and to losing his temper to his anger. So he was so soft and so sober and he never became angry on Bhrugumuni. Rather, what he did, so he made Bhrugumuni sit on his own asana, and he started massaging Bhrugu's feet. We know that whole pastime, isn't it? So here we have to understand how, then why the Lord is becoming angry here. Understand here, when he becomes angry, when his devotees don't prioritize him. So prioritize him, then the problem is Krishna becomes angry. So even though his anger is innocent one here, so just like see his hungry child, and he gets angry. So when any mother doesn't pay any attention to that child, to your child's needs, automatically child becomes angry because every child wants his mother to get attention to him. So Krishna was ready to give up his all his so-called Triguna just like when in the Mahabharata, Krishna had given a word to Arjuna that I will not take up any weapon. But just to save his own devotee, Arjuna, Krishna got on from the chariot and he broke one of the chariot's wheels uh, and he was heading towards Bhishma to kill Bhishma. So, very much important. Kaunteya pratijanati name bhakta pranashyati. That word is there. So, Krishna is telling Arjuna, oh Arjuna, you claim to the world that anyone who becomes devotee of Krishna will never be lost. Because if I claim, no one will believe because I break my words. You announce to the world that anyone who becomes devotee of Krishna, Krishna will be always behind him to protect him and save him. So here Krishna was also ready to give up all of his names, all of his qualities. He's called as all as Trigunatita. He wanted to give up everything. So, but what? The very much important you have to see here that he wanted to get the love of Yashoda. So, so Krishna saw that just by breaking the pot would not enrage Yashoda so much. But still Krishna also had so much of anger. So he wanted to create more havoc, more disturbances, to create more upset, to make Yashoda more upset. He wanted to create more disturbances. So see, Yashoda never thought that this my son will be so much so much angry. She thought my son will be very sober and obedient child. But Krishna is showing here by breaking the pot, and there's a stream of whole yogurt is coming out from that pot, and the big pool of the yogurt had spread all across him, around him, and he sees that this is what has happened now. I have to run away. I have to run away. What is this happening? And so, but what happened? The whole area was filled with the pool of all the curds. So here Krishna has to cross that beautifully the acharyas explain that Krishna, being a form of Vamana Deva, Vamana, he had covered the three worlds entirely from his one step on the external world, celestial world, and the second step along the Boloka, and the third step on the Bali Maharaj head. But same personality here he is afraid of jumping over the pool of the yogurt which was there around him. But somehow he gathered some strength. So he wanted to jump. He jumped. He took a jump, big jump. But sadly, on the middle of the puddle or middle of the pool only, he put his head legs. So then he doesn't have any option. He has to make things quick. So he started walking, creating Krishna's footprints all around. So then he went to the storeroom. So Krishna went to the storeroom and he saw there as the lot of piles was made with all the butter. So Krishna wanted to make Yashoda more angry because I told you that the previous the pastime was Krishna showed the mouth, his mouth, where in the mouth Krishna showed all the universal form in his mouth, and Yashoda became so bewildered, and she started glorifying Krishna with awe and reverence, with respect, with worship like that. So Krishna wanted to undo that whole pastime because it backfired him. What he thought was something different, but it backfired him, and Yashoda started glorifying Krishna and things like that. Even though the Yoga Maya was made her forget what she saw, but still that was lingering in her mind. Oh, this God, this person, this child is something great like that. So he wanted her to forget that and get into the normal mother. so that she gets angry and he runs off and things like that. So he went to the storeroom and he saw there was a huge number of all the butter, yogurt, and ghee, everything was there. And what he did, he took the stone somewhere again and started breaking every other pot. Not only that, when all things were there, he took each and every butter, curds, everything, and started splashing, throwing on all the walls of that room. So it was a new level of naughtiness. It's a completely different level of naughtiness Krishna showed here. And after doing all this mess, so he took one pot of butter with him. And what he did, he went outside, he started running behind the backyard of the house. And looking here and there, he saw that there's no one is there around that place, and he started eating that butter. And after eating that butter, when he was completely filled, and he started calling all the monkeys. You have to understand here. See, Lord is known as the Lakshmipati. He is the husband of the goddess of fortune. So all the material spiritual wealth belongs to him. And what is very extraordinary here that which is not available anywhere, that Krishna is trying to steal from someone. All the three worlds wealth belongs to Lord. And it was is it because butter was very soft that Krishna was stealing? Or is it because butter was very tasty that Krishna was stealing? Huh? So we have to understand the Lord was not looking for the softness or the tasty of the butter. The love with which it was made, the love with which the butter was made, forced Krishna to become the butter thief. Krishna is not the butter thief. Chore, Makkan chore, we chant. Even the Lord, no one in the world thieves will glorify. Who will glorify anyway? Any thief? No one glorify. But we glorify our God, Krishna, who stole the butter from the houses of Gokula and Vrindavan. Tamakana Chor Jayo, Krishna Balaram, like that. So, Yashoda, see, Yashoda had made this wonderful butter from that Padmagan, or from the eighth cow, that wonderful cow. And so that Krishna, she wanted to make sure that Krishna would not go anywhere to steal any butter else, anywhere else. So she used to make the best of the best butter. But Krishna still further used to go to different houses to steal the butter with his Gopalas and all this thing, all the monkeys. You have to understand here, every gopi of Vrindavan wanted Krishna to come to her house to steal the butter. What they had in the house? So to bring attention to the gopi there, and she would catch Krishna and bring Krishna red-handed in front of Yashoda and complain. So only butter, no. So this was the Vrindavan, because Vrindavan and Gokula and they were all Vaishyas who were taking care of the land and the cows, protecting the cows. And this what was all about. So Yashoda was to make this unlimited quantities of butter. And Krishna used to still go to the someone's house and used to steal. It's only because of the love in which that butter was made, not because the butter was soft or butter was tasty or you want to eat like that. So here we have to understand Krishna is known as Lakshmipati. And what was wealthy for the Lord himself? For us, wealth is more what? Name, fame, prestige, power, place, the money, gold, all the ornaments. That is wealth for us, right? But from the Krishna's point of view, to understand, the greatest wealth was pure love. Lord is only looking for love from us. Otherwise, he is Lakshmipati. So he has to leave the Vaikuntha and he has to come to the Vraja Vandal, is what? It's just like the Acharyas give example of, leaving the lamp, the lamp, and for the sun. You leave the sun, you leave the sun and take shelter of the lamp. What is use? So lamp is compared to the sun there. So we have to understand here, leaving Vaikuntha, Lord is coming to Vrindavan to get what? Because Vrindavan, Vrajavasis had unalloyed love for Krishna. That's what Krishna was looking from all of them. So the weight of the love is what looking from Vrajavasis. And that was more heavier than the weight of any gold, any name, fame, or anything in the Vaikuntha planet. So weight of love was so much in Vrindavan that Krishna was became completely sold out. So so he went on the backyard of the house, and he gathered all the monkeys around there, and he started throwing the chunks of butter to every monkey. And monkeys were also very excited. Oh, free butter treat! Oh, free butter treat! They called everyone. Taka, 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 taka. All monkeys came around Vrindavan. So they all came around. Hey, there's a free treat, butter treat. Please come, all of you, please come. So Krishna was ensuring that the okay, no, he broke the pot and he destroyed the storeroom completely. And even if she mother may be not angry, by seeing this act, mother will definitely get angry. What is that? He is feeding the monkeys. So it is a tipping point for the mother's anger because eighth cow, 9 lakh cows, eight cows, seven cows, and eighth cow, the worst of the cows, and boil the milk, put make it curds, and churn it, make it butter. And that wonderful butter, which is meant for Krishna's seva, has been now fed to the monkeys uselessly. Now she would tip, the tipping point of anger would reach, and that will be she will be experiencing the highest of the anger, wherein she will understand this is my son, I have to reprimand him. So, and we have to understand there is some two important reasons why Krishna wanted to make Yashoda angry. So much so that Krishna first and foremost he wanted to make fun of Mother Yashoda. That before mother came, he fed all the monkeys so much. And when the mother came and saw that these monkeys are completely full, they're rejecting the butter. So before mother came, he fed all the monkeys so much. But Krishna thought when mother comes, and she will see that even monkeys are refusing to eat her butter. So Krishna wanted to mock her, so that bad quality of butter she is making. So that even monkeys are trying to reject it. They don't want to eat it. They want to refuse it. And one more reason is that he wanted to offer this butter to monkeys because these were the same monkeys during the Rama Leela that they had did so much service to the Ram by making the bridge across the ocean to Lanka. So out of great gratitude for all of them, so he wanted to offer them this wonderful best of the best butter to all the monkeys. So in this way, Yashoda, so somehow she was out of her shock. She cleaned all the stove and everything, and she came this side to see, but out of her shock, she was so surprised. She was really shocked that the butter pot, which sorry, what is that? The yogurt that she was churning to make butter was broken. And at one point, she is just thinking, "Oh, this is the work of my child Krishna." And Krishna is so intelligent. How come I could not hear the sound of this breaking of this pot, whereas I was able to hear the cracking of the pot because it was overheating and the milk was coming and smell and everything. I was able to find out how can I was able to hear the voice of breaking this pot. And she immediately thought, my son is such an intelligent man, an intelligent boy, the intelligent child, that he took the stone has and he has hit to the base of the pot, not at the top of the pot. He's very intelligent, so on the base of the pot, because of a lot of density, the sound will be less and the damage will be more. So he started appreciating Krishna. And after that, she saw that little Lilliput's little the footprints. So she started following it. Where is this Krishna? Well, I want to reprimand him. Where is he? And she went to the storehouse. To her shock again, she was so flabbergasted. She was shocked, completely shown in shock. That whole the storehouse was completely in a mess. She could not really imagine, and a shrill of voice which came from our mouth, ah, like that. And all the gopis and all the maidens who were there at the house, they all rushed at the storehouse, wanted to see what has happened. And to all of the shock, they saw such a horrible incident has happened here. Full mess, breaking this, throwing on the walls, butter, ghee, everything is gone waste. Now she was tipping, her anger was tipped out. She took the stick and she started chasing that. Again, the footprints was there. She looked around here and there. It was so difficult to trace him. Somehow that the trail that Krishna was walking on with that feet. So the trail, pudding trail with the butter and ghee and all those things, the footprint trail. So she followed that and found out that Krishna is sitting on the backyard on a mortar. On the big mortar was there, and Krishna is sitting on that, and he's feeding all the monkeys, distributing them the free butter, free butter, free butter, like that. And monkeys are rejecting. No, I don't want, because they're fully filled. And she was saying that hours of hard work had put, so much effort had put, and everything has been wasted. So insignificant it is. That Krishna is feeding the butter to these monkeys. So as soon as what happened, Krishna was sitting behind, showing her his back to Yashoda. She was running from behind, and all the monkeys were there. Immediately, monkeys got agitated because monkeys immediately they get alerted very fast. And in one such incident, Krishna saw Yashoda running towards him in the eyes of one monkey. Monkeys was there, was sitting only. He saw in a monkey's eyes, oh, someone is running behind me, want to catch me. And to his shock, he saw that mother is running behind him. Actually, he had never planned before. So he never planned that the possibility of mother carrying a stick was completely he had never thought. So she was so angry that she had taken the stick to reprimand him, actually to hit him, out of great anxiety which has captured him in a small heart, small child. So he jumped off from the mortar he was sitting, and all the monkeys scattered here and there. And Krishna was started running out of fear. Actually, when he got on from the mortar, his leg a little got twisted. Hmm. But this Yashoda saw that. Oh, Krishna, something happened to his leg. But still he was so afraid. Was so afraid. Such a dangerous, then even Krishna was not afraid to counteract or even to confront any demons also. He had killed Putana in the third month. And the sixth month, he killed Shakatasura and Trunavatasura and so many asuras he has killed. He was not confronted with any fear with the demons. He was not afraid of any demons. So he was easily confronting with them. But here you can see he was running. His mind, in his mind, nothing was there. Yashoda is holding a stick and he is chasing Krishna like anything. And the tears was flowing from his eyes. And his limbs were trembling. He's running. He's turning around here and there again and again. Again, mother is coming, mother is coming, mother is coming. Actually, one of the name is called Bayakrit Bayanashanaha. That is wonderful. It is there in the Vishnu Sahasranama. Bayakrit means what? Bayakrit. Krita means one who gives. He is the one who gives baya to others. Bayanashanaha means what? One who destroys the fear in others. Bayakrit Bayanashanaha. And there same in Vishnu Sahasranama is called one more is called as Bayapaha. Bayapaha means one who completely destroys, apaha, completely destroys all of one's fear. So anyone who remembers or glorifies Krishna, then all of his one spheres will be completely destroyed. And Bhagavatam says, Tad bibeti swayam bhayam. Tad bibeti swayam bhayam. So even the bhaya, the death personified, which we are all afraid of, even that death personified is also be afraid of Lord Krishna. Swayam bhaye, swayam bibeti, swayam bhayat. Bibeti, they're also afraid. So it is just by taking the name of Krishna, even the fear personified is afraid of persons who takes the name of Lord Krishna. So here, completely clear, Krishna is completely his fear personified and removes the fear from a person whom he meditates upon. A person who meditates upon Krishna, and all of his fears will be completely destroyed. And here, Krishna is afraid of Yashoda running. Actually, you have to understand here, Vrindavan is a place where Krishna is not interested in exhibiting his godhood in any way. So Krishna wanted to experience only that loving emotions. At every level, at every stage, Krishna wanted to experience that loving emotions. He was not at all interested in exhibiting any of his godhood in Vrindavan. Even you see the whole of this Krishna killing the demons in Vrindavan. So many demons he killed in Vrindavan. None of the place he used any of his astras or shastras. You can just imagine the whole of Vrindavan, what all demons he killed. He never used his Sudarshana, never used his arrow, bow and arrow, or anything like that. Because Vrindavan is a place where no weapons or no this sense of the fighting or envy or ego or all those sorts of differences are found, but only love of Krishna, the emotions to serve Krishna in the best possible way. So this is very much important that Krishna wanted to show here that Vrindavan in everything, only love increases with Krishna. Even the fear also increases love. So when Yashoda saw Krishna in great fear, her love for Krishna only increased manifold. So even Yashoda, we have to understand that she saw when she saw when, Krishna was running here and there. This is wonderful. There's a pastime there. It says when Krishna was running so fast and Yashoda was also running so fast and is trying to chase Krishna so intensely, and ran at great speed, and Krishna was also trying to outrun her speed. The distance, but always the distance between them was, they say, one arm length, just this much, one arm length. So no matter how much she tried, she could not reduce the speed. Sorry, she could not reduce the distance between her and Krishna. And on the other hand, no matter how much he tried, he could not increase the distance. So bhakti concept is there in between this. Bhakti is nothing but Srimati Radharani. This is the internal potency of Krishna. She is acting here between the Bhakta and Bhagavan. You have to understand here. So even though she ran at a great speed, Krishna is also outsmarting her to run faster. But the distance always remained one arm length. That's all. And no matter how much she tried, she could not reduce the distance between both of them. And here, Krishna, no matter how much he tried, he could not increase the distance. So, furthermore, next sessions we'll understand that how when Mother Yashoda was further when others was trying Krishna around the mortar, she was finding every bit of that rope to be short and two finger short. But when she tried so hard, when her sweat touched Krishna's body, immediately Krishna, that Radharani herself, she made Yashoda tie Krishna to that mortar. That is in future, that in further we'll read out that, let's try to understand. But here we have to understand, even the great yogis, great mystics, Gnana yogi, Dhyana yogi, Ashtanga yogis, they're trying to to catch Krishna in different ways. In past, how many things has happened? Demons are trying to capture, the yogis are trying to capture. But even after running at that's great speed, yogis, munis, they run at the great speed of mind. Even if such great yogis are trying to run at speed of mind thousands of years, they are unable to capture Krishna. Krishna is nowhere close to them. But here, just see, this, no one could capture. Everyone fails miserably. And but here Krishna, Yashoda is saying she is not a yogi, she is not a jnani, she is not anything, just a simple Vrindavan gopi. And she was so close to catch Krishna. So what matters is that the intense love, unmotivated, unconditional love to Krishna. So what happened when as she was chasing Krishna so much, it once so happened, Krishna, she was so tired, and Yashoda said, stop. So out of her habit, what she did, she ordered Krishna, stop Krishna, why are you running? And immediately Krishna heard the voice of Mother Yashoda, and he, just like in Lord Ramachandra's pastime, he was Pitrupalaka, Pitruvakya Paripalana. Here is Matruvakya Paripalana. He immediately stopped. He stood. He froze for a moment. Yashoda told, no, so stop, I stop. And Yashoda again started coming, and she wanted to catch Krishna. And again he started running away. You told me stop, I stopped. And again I have to run now. So in this, while she was running, you have to understand, here one more pastime I forgot to mention here. When Yashoda was churning the rod, let me go a little behind. So that day early morning when the show was churning the curds for butter, and there was a multi flowers on her hairs, and that multi flowers, so they were so much excited to see that Yashoda was in her thought, she is always thinking about Krishna. And through her words, she is glorifying the Krishna's pastime. And through her hands, she is engaged in the service of Krishna. And practically, Kaya, Vacha, Manasa, completely, she is engaged in the service of Krishna. Actually, whenever she used to sing the song, she used to sing the glories of Krishna's own pastime. And it so used to happen, all the maidens used to always having a pen and paper book in them. Whenever she used to make one kriti, one song, all the gopis used to make a note of it. Immediately they used to make tuck, 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 tuck note. And by the end of the day, that song would be published, and all the Rajasis would be in the song would be in their lips, in their mouth, in their tip of their tongue. They all would be singing that song. So that was the greatness of Yashoda. And all the maidens are seeing, because she was wearing a saffron colored sari, and she, in her thought, in her words, in her actions, everything, she was engaged in the service of Krishna. They were simply thinking, oh, this is one more sannyasi sitting here. And the Malati flowers were simply thinking, why we are there on the top of her hair, on the hair of her hair. We should be at the bottom of her feet. We are not qualified to be on hair. They used to think like that. Let us again come back to here. So here, again, when Yashoda was trying to catch Krishna, and finally this all this hair, so she had decorated everything. It's got all scattered here and there. She was so tired, and she was so tired and wanted to capture Krishna somehow. And because so many other things she has to do whole day, see, still things are not started. Worship has to start. House has to be clean, and puja has to start. So many things has to start. And Krishna here, we have to understand, he is called as a Durandaraha, Vayakrit Vayanashanaha, Vayapaha. As I said, Krishna is called as a Durandaraha. means one who even the yogis can't understand him. Durandara. So yogis are trying to catch Krishna, but Krishna is unable to be caught by them. So we have to understand here is called as Durandara means Krishna will be accessible to only he chooses to. So not that by any practice or yoga, scholariness or austerity or any intelligence we can capture Krishna in any way. So simple love for Krishna was what only can be used to capture Krishna. A simple love. So we have to understand here that she is trying to, out of simple love, she is trying to capture Krishna and trying to reprimand her own child. That this is not the way to do, and anger should not be shown like this. And so she wanted to reprimand him. So here we have to understand that how she is that Krishna was so in anxiety, he's running to his greatest extent. And this Malti, same Malti flowers, again, they made parties, two parties. So they had a conversation between themselves. One Malti flower is saying that, let me drop myself from her hair. Let me come out from her hair so that she become more lighter, so that she can capture Krishna and reprimand him. And other party is saying, oh, if Krishna sees that we are there on mother's head and he will become angry on us. So let us also fall and leave this her hair from fall down from her hair. So such a wonderful conversation that is happening there. And Krishna was trying to capture, Yashoda is trying to capture Krishna. And out of great fear, he was almost panicking. So then finally Krishna was caught. Somehow, because of her great effort and intensity, and she could not bear anymore. And Krishna got out that my mother is too much now. I have troubled her, Lord. Let me give away myself to her. And Krishna was caught. And this way, how she tied Krishna to mortar, how she brought all the ropes of not only her Goshala, next house Goshala, whole Vrindavans, all the threads, all the ropes from Vrindavan was brought tied end to end to each other, and but still at the point of tying a knot on Krishna's udara on the stomach, it always fell 2 fingers short. All those things we will discuss in the next session. And so happy Diwali. And please meditate on Damodar Lila. Please today participate in temple's program, either online or offline, and chant this Damodar Lila. And let us all pray to the Lordships, Radha Damodar, Yashoda Maya, so that Krishna also tie us to the devotees, tie us to the Prabhupada's instructions, tie us to the holy name. In this way, we can be always tied in their association, so that we'll be always glorified by getting tied. But in material world, if you're getting tied, your people they see you very low. Uh, uh, that is wife, children, name, fame, and all different knots which are trying knots on ourselves. Vidyate hridaya gante chidyate sarvasamshayaha. So that's what Bhagavatam says. But this is a wonderful the tying, a wonderful rope which we should get be bounded by, where we'll be always will be glorified in thousands of years to come. And when we become devotees of Krishna, no, the Krishna will glorify, Krishna, other devotees will glorify, because this is a real thing what Krishna wants, the love from us, and he's always looking for this and nothing else. So thank you all for this patientful hearing. And next session will definitely go through further important points, and also Damodar Ashtaka we'll discuss, and probably next or 2 more weeks will be there, and we'll discuss all those things. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Shila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Glories of Kartik month part 3.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.